Hi boxing fans, this is Ben here, and it's the week of the fight. It's 3 days away now. Sorry, I'm just timing myself on my phone here so I don't exceed YouTube's time limits. It's Floyd Mayweather versus Shane Mosley. This is my prediction video. Had a long think about this. Very hard to come to a conclusion, but I'm going to stick my neck out on the line, and I'm going for Shane Mosley to win this fight. The reason I'm going for that is, well, first of all, just to give a bit of background, Floyd Mayweather, when he fought at 130 pounds, 135, 126 as well, 140 pounds, to me looked like one of the best fighters I've ever seen. But lately, at 147 and at 154 when he fought Oscar De La Hoya, I haven't been quite as impressed. He looks to have lost a little bit of speed in his legs. He's a little bit more flat-footed. His hand speed is still very fast, even if it's not as fast as Manny Pacquiao's, in my opinion, but it's still up there. I think Floyd is going to lose this fight because I think Shane Mosley is going to be more effective than Oscar De La Hoya was. I think that fight is almost a blueprint for this fight, except the difference will be Shane will be able to attack more and land better punches than Oscar did. Also, you know, Shane gets stronger as the fight goes on. Just look at it, some of his fights. He got criticised in the Mayorga fight, and then he ended up knocking Mayorga the fuck out in the last minute of the round, the last second I think it was. People criticise Shane Mosley for his 5 losses. Look at those losses. I mean, he fought Vernon Forrest, who was a world-class fighter, 6-foot welterweight, who no one wanted to fight. He lost to Winky Wright twice, but Winky Wright has fought as high as light heavyweight. And he's a great fighter himself. They talk about the Cotto loss. I thought that fight was a draw, personally. I think sometimes people talk without actually having watched fights, or at least watched them more than once. That was a very close fight. Cotto was winning the early rounds, but then Mosley came on strong at the end and was winning almost all the later rounds except the 11th. That's my view on that. Plus, that was a prime unbeaten Miguel Cotto, not one who'd been battered by Margarito and Clottey. But there you go. Shane Mosley has blistering hand speed himself. He might not quite have the legs he did when he was in his prime. If you look at Shane Mosley when he fought at lightweight and welterweight, you know, like in the era of the first Oscar De La Hoya fight, like 2000, his foot speed was mesmerising. It's not quite the way now, but he still has great hand speed, as I said. Also, he punches a lot harder than Mayweather. I don't think there's any doubt about that. If you go back to before the Margarito fight, everyone was making out that Margarito was like the second coming of Christ or something like that. You know, and they said he was indestructible. Well, Mosley knocked him out brutally. His knockout ratio is very high, especially, you know, a lot of fighters get knockouts early in their career and then they kind of ease off as they start fighting more elite talent, but Mosley has knocked out elite talent as well. Now, what I think Mosley needs to do is you know, really go for Floyd in the early rounds, go to the body especially, because I think Floyd is going to be quite elusive, as he always is. It'll be hard to hit him flush. If Mosley goes to the body early, later in the fight, you know, when Shane really comes on, and he's going to be so determined in this fight. That's another reason why I believe he's going to win. I think he wants it more than Mayweather. I believe he can hurt Mayweather. I think it's going to be a points victory, but with Mosley's power, you never know, a stoppage might come. There is a possibility that I'm completely wrong, of course, and Mayweather will outbox Mosley quite easily, and evade all his big shots and get a comfortable points victory. But I believe that won't happen this time. And Mayweather, yes, he is a great fighter, but he talks too much. There's nothing wrong with bigging yourself up, but some of the stuff he's coming out with has been ridiculous. Saying he's better than Ali and Robinson. I think you're the best in the era, and I've got no problem with that at all. You've got to have that kind of mentality, but don't start saying you're better than Robinson, because it's a joke, really. So yeah, in the end I'm going for Shane Mosley on points. I think it'll be an intriguing fight. We'll be on the edge of our seats, but we might not quite have the action that kind of media build-up would have it. I hope to do a few more videos soon. I've been very busy lately, that's why I haven't done a video for a month. But hopefully I will, in the next few days, have a preview of Malignaggi against Khan. Alright, so let me know what you think, and we'll see what happens Saturday. Wait.